Were you trying to do it on your phone? What do you think you can get in? Huh? Mm. No, my wife is, yeah, my wife. There you go. So, baby, all right. You gotta work stuff, boy, because we don't. Believe me.
I tell you something. This newfangled technology is kicking my butt too.
Yeah, bro. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Let's do it.
Live with you guys. Stand by. So if you guys have a second, Lavelle, if you want, you can
Mm-hmm.
type in slash Iamtallboy, and you can actually see what's going on.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing, everybody? Hope all is well with you.
What's up, man? You the man. What's up, man?
Hold on, they don't know. See, they can hear you in the background, but they don't know what's going on. So, I don't know. If I didn't even go live yet. Here we go. Pushing live. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Hope all is well. It's the Tall Boy Experience. I know it's we're 7 minutes behind, but we were dealing with some technical difficulties, as we say, because these brothers are catching up with the time, shall we say. But let me give them a proper introduction to the best of my ability. They started out as the Eden Trio. Some of them was born. They were born. 2 of them were born in Texas. One was born in New Orleans. Made their way to Nevada. Then made their way to. I'm not sure if it's L.A., Southern California, or Northern California, or Oakland. But somehow they became the group that everyone loves because they talk about romance and love and just love on the women. So without further ado, let me go ahead and let me see if I can get these guys in the room. Let me see if I can get them. Let's see. I think here we go. The Whispers. How about that? Let's just do it this way. How y'all doing right there? How y'all doing right there? Y'all doing good?
Hey,
What's up, man? You did your homework, didn't you? You can't play. You game face on, man.
Man, I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. I just wanted to just let you guys know that first and foremost, I did not know when I got this opportunity to do this interview. I didn't know how much homework I was going to have to do over the weekend to make this part happen. So, from my understanding, you guys have a new song out called "How Long," and I wanted you guys to tell us. And I thank you because I think it releases tonight at midnight. And I believe I'm one of the first ones, shall we say, the first one to actually talk to you guys about the song. So would you guys like to talk about it?
Yeah, you want me to start off? Well, it started off with me hearing the song, which is called, the song is called How Long? And what we're simply doing is asking the question, how long do we as black people have to go through what we just did with Floyd and so many other black brothers and sisters who've given their lives? Man, I'll be down there with you, Jordan. I mean, we done lost too many people. How long are we supposed to go through this? We've been singing 54 years. We had another song about 30 years ago. It was called Things Like I Gotta Do Wrong. before they noticed me dealing with the same crap that we're dealing with 30 years later. And we originally we were gonna come with what we would call maybe a traditional whisper type song, but when we saw the man with his knee in Floyd's neck, we said, no. We got to come and talk about what we've always done, the message of the day. Talk to our people about the way we're being treated. And when we heard this song, it said the perfect statement that we wanted to make. How long do we have to put up with all this you know what before some common sense? And we think we actually have the answer, but it's so simple that people don't want to believe it. The answer is what we've been doing our whole career is love. Love will get you through if you allow it. But if you think it's too corny or too cheap to deal with, that's your problem. But that's what this song is talking about. And when you hear the lyrics, you'll see exactly what we're saying. And then everybody else can give you their impression, but that's mine.
Well, let me ask you, how did the song come about, if you don't mind?
Well, it was written by our bass player, Magic, who lives there in Atlanta. And he wrote this song really quite a few years ago. And it just so happened, when he wrote it, they were talking about the war. And he was asking the question then, how long? So he really sent it to us. He really sent it to us to look at because he was going to record it himself with a video. And we heard the song, and it just so happened that the timing couldn't have been greater because what's happening in our country right now, with all the killings and shootings. We said, man, this lyric says seems like I got to do wrong. So we kind of deferred, went to the side because we were planning to come with our typical love whisper song.
Right.
But we couldn't ignore this, man, because just like you, look around what's happening. This happening before our very eyes. And when you hear this song, you're going to say, oh yeah, they're on time with this. So that's why we came with it.
Right. Lavelle, so tell us real quick, with the COVID-19, you're in another city you're in another city. So how were you guys able to record this song and still be able to shoot a video? Because I just saw the video not even 20 minutes ago. I just got the text from Marquez, and he said, hey man, have you seen the video? And I'm like, no. So how were you able to record while you were in another city while they were in LA?
Well, you probably did. Well, when we recorded it, it was kind of like it was crazy because I actually refused to fly down there. So I got into my car and drove down there, me and the wifey, and
from Vegas.
And from Las Vegas down to Scotty's home. And it was the funniest thing in the world because I've been with the group for 47 years, and the first time that I had to wear a mask and social distance from my brothers that I've been working with for this many years. So we basically recorded it outside in Scotty's garage. I put on a mask, go out there. When I get ready to sing my part, take the mask off, sing my part, put the mask back on. And that was the first session I ever done where you're masking on and off, to get through the whole recording. And then when we decided to do the video, I was already back up in Vegas. So I said, well, what I'll do is I'll shoot my portion of the video, my shots. I have some guys down here that are willing to help me. So I went around and shot different places in Vegas and then sent all of that footage to David Magic Mendez, who's the same guy that Walter was talking about that wrote the song. And he basically started putting the pieces of that together.
Man, the thing of technology. Now, it's funny because I was watching an interview that you guys were doing, and they said back in 2007, I want to make sure I get this right. 2007 is when you guys did the DVD, and you got Whispers Live in Las Vegas, but you guys didn't even know what a DVD was. Now was that the same year, shall I say, that y'all sent out an email and you was like, what's an email? Was that the same year or was that a couple years prior?
It might have been, Tallboy.
They still don't have email addresses today. So
technology grown. There's no question about that. I mean, we're figuring out. I can't believe I'm looking at you right now.
Well, what I was going to ask to you guys is, how are you guys taking in social media with the messenger chats, the FaceTimes with your grandkids, or because the kids know all of this stuff. So they know the Snapchats, the Instagram, they know all of that. So how are you guys taking in the new technology? Because it sounds like this is the new normal.
Well, we're taking it as we go. I mean, obviously we're being brought up to date every day. We're very fortunate that we have people like Marquez, Miss Willette Ballard, who is really leading up she leads up our whole situation, and between the young people, like Lavelle was, my daughter is involved. They're from a generation that knows this. We like what you said, we're not even trying to pretend that we know. Straight up. We do what we're told, when we're supposed to do it.
Well, to everybody that's watching right now, I definitely appreciate you guys, because we had some technical difficulties on the other end trying to get these guys into the room. So that's why we were not able to start right at 8 o'clock. But we're here, they're here, and they're learning the technology with us. And that's something that's commendable, because, my dad still has a flip phone. He doesn't even have one of he doesn't even have a smartphone. So to me, I'm like, hey, he gonna probably be mad at me when he would come back and watch this phone, talking about, I am trying to get with the times.
Yeah, we're just a little ahead of it, but not much.
Well, I'm learning something today. I'm gonna go get me one of these whereby or where am I? Where's
what it's called?
All right, so let's go back a little bit, because a lot of people don't even know this. The Eden Trio, how did that come about?
Okay, let me explain. The Eden Trio, when we were freshly out of high school, myself, Scotty, Nicholas Carwell, and Marcus Hudson, we formed a trio, which is 3 people singing pop harmonies. We loved the hip harmonies, the jazz harmonies. We formed the Eden Trio. To be very honest with you, I don't even know what Eden Trio means. That just sounded good to us, and we said, okay, we'll go with that. But within that group, because now we're twins, but my brother was in a totally different group.
Yeah.
And this all happened. I'm not sure Lavelle was even born then. That was way before all of that came about.
Let me tell you why I wasn't in the group. I had a girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
And I wanted to be around her, and they wanted me to be in the Eden Trio. So I told Scotty, "You think I'm gonna lose my girl by being with y'all?"
Yeah.
So as what happened was, I was in the group, and none of us were talented. Scotty and Nicholas and Marcus, they could really sing.
Okay.
We weren't that great, But at that time, it didn't matter.
And then, okay, so now from there, you guys were just bouncing around in L. This was L.A., right? Or was this Oakland?
Yeah, L.A., yeah.
Because everyone keeps saying that you guys are from Oakland, but then they say y'all from L.A., and I'm like, well, hold up, they from Texas and Nevada, so
that's exactly right.
Can Tallboy get the exclusive? Where are you guys officially from?
All right, let's go with the chronology. Start off, Scotty and I were born in Fort Worth, Texas. Lavelle Degree was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. That's the starting point.
Okay.
Then Scotty and I moved to Nevada. My dad worked for the railroad in Nevada, and we stayed in Nevada until we were age 13. Then we moved to Los Angeles, California, and that's where we've been ever since.
Yep. And my parents.
Scotty moved to Oakland,
And
he moved to Oakland, yeah. Exactly. And my parents moved me to Los Angeles at the age of 11 months. So I don't know anything really much about New Orleans other than I got 100 family members back there. So when they moved, I'm actually, if they were alive today, I'd thank them every day for moving me from New Orleans to California.
Wow.
I would never, things happen out of faith, and I would have never met these guys being in New Orleans, that's for sure.
So how did you guys meet?
Scott, you got about.
You talking about me and Lavelle?
Yeah, how did you guys meet? How did Lavelle come to make this all happen?
Okay, it started with the Whispers. There was a member before Lavelle. His name was Gordy Harmon.
Mm-hmm.
He had a terrible, terrible accident where he actually went through the windshield. That ended his singing career. Obviously.
Damaged his larynx.
Damaged his larynx. And once we lost him, me and Lavelle, Lavelle would call it, we were boys. We were fixing cars together and just running around chasing the girls. We were good buddies. And for the longest time, I didn't even know Lavelle could sing. Lavelle used to pick me up from the airport when I would go back to Oakland, and then when I come back to LA. So we were doing that. But one particular time, he was taking me back to the airport, and this song came on, and he went to singing with the song. And I heard this sweet falsetto. I said, man, that's you. He had this, just when I say sweet falsetto, if you talk to groups, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I said, man, I never knew you had that little sweet thing. I said, you need to be singing with us. And he was a fan, but he wasn't, his attitude was that, the Whispers, that's above my cup. I'm not even thinking about it. I said, no, man, you need to be with the group. So I went to trying to get him in the group from that point on. But we had a little problem with Nicholas Caldwell.
Nicholas Caldwell did not want Lavelle.
He sure did.
Straight up. I wanted Lavelle in the group. Nick did not. I wanted a singer, and Nick wanted a dancer, which is why it came like that. But anyway, I finally, and we had as a matter of fact, we had a national audition, if I'm not mistaken, auditioning guys from all over the country. None of it worked out. And Lavelle just hung in there. But I kept telling Nick, man, this brother can sing. He can learn how to dance, but he got a voice. And Nick said, okay, finally I'm going to go with Believe it or not, Lavelle sung off stage, a year and a half?
About a year. I sung off stage.
We never even came on stage.
And at night, rehearsing with Nick, all those routines and trying to learn all those steps, But the funny part about it, like I said, me and Nick, after we got to know one another and we rehearsed day and night, then I'd walk on stage, I'd walk on the side of the stage, they would set up a mic, I would sing all the background parts and stuff like that. Then that night, if he was feeling what you always feeling energetic, Nick would say, okay, we got to rehearse. And I'm looking at him like you're crazy, but I want to learn this stuff. So I actually rehearsed with Nick for a year. And it was not so much the singing, but the routines, because Nick's stuff was so complicated, so intricate. It was like, it's not like doing colloquial steps, because he's on time, off time. That was what he loves. Nick doesn't like anything easy and never has liked anything easy. So it was a challenge, but I hope after 47 years I rose to the occasion. So.
I think the ladies think that you rose to the occasion, especially when you're the one that's out there passing out the flowers in the middle of the show. now let me ask you this question: who comes up with the choreography now, and how long does it take for you guys to master that choreography?
Well, we haven't really done anything, right? Well, we really
what we're doing now is basically everything that you see us do on stage now, Nick choreographed.
Right.
In fact, we lost Nick in 2016. And I think the last thing that we did that we had choreography to was Tina Marie's song called Butter.
Right.
And Nick choreographed that, but that was probably the last song that he actually choreographed. And what we do, after you've been together for 54 years, this is a funny thing. People wouldn't understand this. You can sing a new song, but you better sing your hits and old songs before you ever sing a new song.
Yeah.
We go on stage, there's an hour and a half of history that if we don't sing it, we're gonna get rock stoned at us.
Right.
Yeah. You don't really get to new material unless it's real special.
Now, what about the outfits? Who comes up with the outfits?
Well, we have a guy that is from here in Los Angeles. He's originally from Shreveport, Louisiana. His name is Larry Cooper, and he really outfitted people like Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant before he died. And he came to us. He said, "Man, I'd like to, dress you guys." So we sat down and had a meeting with him. This has been 10, 15 years ago, right?
Yeah, at least 15.
Yeah, and he made one outfit for us, and we loved it so much, and we've been with him ever since. He's called Hanging with Mr. Cooper. And he does outfits for quite a few people, but we've been with him for a long time. Yeah, a lot of athletes.
Yeah.
Well, I think what I'm trying to set up for, I'm not a choreographer and I'm not, a guy that designs clothes, but I think I was just trying to set somebody up for a job that might be looking for a job to say, hey, I can, help with the choreography, because you guys got new music and this is not the only song that you guys have.
Oh, you're right. We're going to have to be doing some choreography today. No question about it.
Now, if somebody's interested and they want to reach out and this is what they do, how can they reach out to you?
Tell them to go to thewhispers.com. Not Whispers, because a lot of people make the mistake. Go make sure you put the on there. Thewhispers.com will tell you everything you need to know about us.
Now make sure you say that Tallboy sent you, so that way they know, if that makes sense. That way they know that, hey, y'all was watching this interview. All right. Anybody else, you got to put.
You said something earlier that you educated. We didn't even know this. Now Lavelle is really responsible for this whole thing. We didn't know. You weren't on Lavelle, but he explained to us. You held the bus up. You helped him out tremendously.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Scotty. This brother can beg, boy.
I got that. Well, it worked.
So let me tell you the backstory on that real quick. The backstory is back in 2014, I met you guys back at the Civic Center here in Atlanta. Yeah. And you guys said, I'll give you the picture and I'll give you the drop, but I can't give you the interview. But the next time I see you, I got you. So here it is, 2016. We over here at Wolf Creek here in Atlanta. Right. And I said, I got to get this interview because I don't know, people were telling me that this might be your last time. And, they don't know if y'all going to stop recording, stop doing music. I didn't know. And I said, I'm going to do whatever it takes. So I'm backstage and I'm like, hey, we got to make this happen. And I'm in the back talking to Magic, talking to Lavelle. And I'm like, Lavelle's like, they already on the bus. I said, so I'm looking at Magic like, please, Magic, please don't do me like this. He said, Lavelle says, Tallboy, I promise you, I'm going to hold this bus up. They can't leave without me. So you better go as fast as you can. And when I tell you, them long legs are sprinting to that bus, I said, I gotta do what I gotta do. So I'm appreciative of, the few moments that I got with you. And then when I got the phone call on Friday, I said, man, my birthday is tomorrow. And I said, they're releasing it on July 10th. I said, man, this would only be great if we could do this as a great birthday present going into midnight as you guys release the CD. So, release the song How Long. So,
right on, brother, right on.
You're going to be having some fun later on. Hey, we need to be in Atlanta.
Well, it's COVID-19, man. Keep.
Yeah, I'm
gonna try. Yeah. All right, so let me ask you: do you guys like more of your harmonies, or do you like and your melodies, or do you like more of the upbeat type songs? Like, which ones do you like performing more?
Well, you're gonna get three different answers.
Yeah.
Let me speak for myself. I like the mid tempos and the ballads. This is the funniest thing in the world. We sing ballads and mid tempos, and most of our fans know us for that. But the two biggest records that we've ever had, both were up tempo, and the beat goes on and rock steady. So that's amazing. You never know what's going to fall. But for me, man, I love the ballads and I like the mid tempos. No question about it. That's me.
And for me, I'd say because I do most of the background. Well, all of the background, really, to be honest with you. My thing is melody. I love the harmonies, the way that they're put together. I love the prettiness of it. See, when I met Scotty, I was a Delphonic stylistic fan, and I love those pretty falsetto lines that color the top, on the harmony. So I love that more than anything. I love the melodies. I love the harmonies and lyrical content. if you're saying roses are red, violets are blue, that really doesn't mean anything. It's got to have some sort of meaning that puts some sort of thought in your head. And I actually learned that from Nicholas, because if you listen to Nicholas' lyrics, his lyrics will make you think.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, okay, wait a minute. A clock is right. A broken clock is right twice a day.
Oh, yeah, twice a day.
Like,
yeah.
Man, who the heck thinks of that? You know?
Yeah.
And so I like those kind of things coming from the lyrics, and I think that's why we've been successful. We don't, we try to send the message and make it sure that people understand in a way that it can go to their hearts.
And me, underneath all of that, what I like the most, we do the least, because what I like is not that sellable. But I'm definitely from the old school. I love bebop, and anytime I can squeeze a little bebop in, as you know, if you've seen our,
he gonna call his dad because he's too young.
Yeah,
your dad know about
bebop.
Your dad know about bebop. Yeah, absolutely.
I like Lavelle. I love the lyrics, but I like lyrics from a scatting standpoint, and that's just my whole thing. But we don't do that a lot. We put it in wherever we can, but very seldom.
Well, let me add this though. My father, when he was a straight ahead jazz guy.
Okay.
So when we were coming up in junior high school, my dad loved Miles Davis, Sarah Vaughan, Ahmad Jamal, keyboard players, saxophone, everybody like that. He didn't think too much of R&B. Well, we came along when the Temptations was everything. So my father, he came to me and he said, "Man, what y'all doing? Don't y'all not understand it? That's all right, but jazz is gonna be here forever." So we had to tell my dad, he's from another generation. R&B is gonna be here as long as we live also. But we came from straight ahead jazz. That's what my dad wanted us to do. So if you notice throughout most of our recordings, there's gonna be some scat in there somewhere. And that's from my dad because he put that in us very, very early.
So let me say this: do you guys like the live recording? Shall we say, do you guys like the live recording, or do you like live recording, like as in the studio, or do you like being live in performing with your fans? Which one do you guys like better?
Oh, live.
Live. There's no man. I tell you.
Yeah, live with your fans is nothing like it.
Yeah, we tell people all the time, if you really want a genuine feeling, walk out on a stage before you ever sing a note and have the audience clap for you. That for that 1, 2, 3 seconds, that's all real. Ain't nothing phony about it. I'm telling you, that is the best feeling. I can't describe that to most people. That's the best feeling in the world. You never get enough of it.
And what's funny is we like more. I think they do too. I like more of the intimate setting. When we do these, 18,000 seaters and stuff, there's a distance between us and the audience. But when we do 1,000 seater or 2,500 or 3,000, the audience is right there in your face. And for some reason, the vibe seems to be better because you're looking right in their faces and they're real close. So to me, the more intimate it is, the better it is.
Okay. Now, a lady in Orlando, Florida, one of my high school teammates, I posted this. I don't know if you guys been seeing the promos that I've been doing, but a lady in Orlando, Florida, her name is Tony Rambo. So she's probably screaming if she's watching right now. She asked me to say to you guys, she's a little bit older. She's up there, she's fine wine, shall we say. She wants to get into the music business, and she wants to know what advice, because you guys have been doing this for so long, what advice do you give to someone that's, that's seasoned, shall we say?
Well, you know what? The first thing, we get this question a lot. We tell them don't give up. And we are a good example. We had been singing probably 14 years before we got And the Beat Goes On. And I'm telling you, we got to a point. We were thinking about, my mom and dad said, look, y'all got to get some jobs. Ain't nobody getting no retirement. Y'all want to be in entertainment. But we never gave up, man. And believe it or not, when we got And the Beat Goes On, we were as surprised as anybody, but we had been singing, and it tickled us so much because we hear people saying, have you heard this new group, The Whisper? We've been around for over 10 years then.
Yeah.
So when I say to somebody, if you're our age or even older, don't give up on your dream, man. Don't ever give up.
I'm glad you said that. That's what I was going to to just tell them, follow your heart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When people tell you, no, you need to give it. No, follow your heart. Like Walt said, the first time we finally got a gold record, we were so shocked we didn't even believe it was ours.
Yeah, we thought it was
another,
because there was another Whispers from Europe.
Okay.
That can't be us because we've been trying so long.
Now, let me ask you: is it true that the disco era almost put you guys out of business? And from my understanding, you guys had a song called "I Fell in Love at the Disco," and something about POW because one of the twins was in the military.
Yeah,
so you had a song. So this is all before "And the Beat Goes On."
All this was on. Yeah. And I can tell you now, my mother, Lavelle's mother, my father, his father, those are the people that bought them records.
It was about POWs dying in the war.
Missing in action.
POW. When we finished the record, the war ended.
That's right.
So that's how bad it was.
Now, remember, man, you're a disc jockey. That happened to a lot of artists because the disco came with a whole different style, and most R&B artists, especially vocal groups, the Shy Lights, the Dramatics, all of us, we were singing, group songs like the Temptations. And man, disco came along, and next thing you know, man, a lot of people were out of the business. I don't know how we survived it either, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
Well, I know what it was. You guys went to Chicago, from my understanding, and
exactly right.
And you guys, I'm gonna let you tell the story, but I think that you guys got in town early, and you met a certain person playing the piano. Who wants to share that story?
Man, you done your homework.
I'll tell you. It was a night that we will never forget. But let me set it up for you because back in those days, we would play clubs, and we would go to a club. We'd get there on a Thursday night, and we start on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We do the 2 shows a night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we play in a club in Chicago. We get there early, and the headliner is Donny Hathaway. So of course we come in, we coming off the road and we listen to part of his show. When I tell you that I have never in my life heard a voice like that, I mean, it was mesmerizing. Now you remember Donny Hathaway was a little chubby dude. I don't know, you might be too young. But
I heard the music. So, but go ahead, finish the story.
Big apple cap. You couldn't see the half of his face. But man, when his voice came out of that apple cap, he didn't need no microphone. It was such an impression on us. We sat there and we said, man, thank God he's closing. We could never follow him. The voice was, you've heard Donny Hathaway. But we went on to really create a Donny Hathaway scholarship fund.
Wow.
So this is years ago, and for 3 or 4 years, we gave away scholarships in the name of Donny Hathaway. That's how much he meant to us. And to this day, you asking me my favorite artist, he's one of them, no question.
Wow, that's big. Well, I'm glad I was able to break that story, and y'all gave us the backstory on on that one. Now I gotta ask. I call them two, but TWO. The Whispers Orchestra. Tell us about it. I know Magic. I know Harmony. I've met Emilio. Tell us about some of the other ones that's in the orchestra and what makes them so great.
Oh man, without them, it wouldn't be no Whispers. These guys have been with us for years. The Whisper Orchestra, the name was really, it came about with our late band leader named Grady Wilkins. But most of the guys in the band today, they've been there. And I don't think everybody other than maybe Aya is a young Japanese keyboard player that just got with us. But other than that, most people have been there 10 years plus. Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, it's a family. Valentino, Gino, keyboard, Emilio, our band leader on guitar.
Dwayne Sweet.
Yeah, Dwayne Sweet on keyboards. Dwayne Sweet, who's, if you've seen our show, if you don't watch it, he'll take over our show. There's no question about it. And of course, there's Magic Mendez. Now we met Magic, almost 20 years ago. This brother, who is our bass player and wrote this song now being released. This brother's talents goes beyond. Oh my God, this brother is just I mean, you know Magic, so I don't have to tell you. But the audience.
I'm putting a picture up on the screen of Magic right now as we speak. Hopefully, I can get it to pop up. But go ahead and finish telling the story. This is Magic on the screen for the ones that are watching right now. That's Magic. This is the talented brother that produced the new song called "How Long." But go ahead, finish telling the story.
Yeah, Magic.
Don't forget Harmony Walk.
And Harmony. Yeah, you know both of them, right?
Yes, I know both of them. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they are they're the heart and soul, man. We just blessed to have these musicians, man, and we couldn't do what we do without them. You know, we just cherish them, to be honest with you. Every one of them, and I'm talking about that goes from Jesse, our light guy. Yeah. You know, I'm talking about monitors.
Rodney, and the monitors.
Yeah, and
Malcolm,
our house guy. Yeah. Man, we couldn't do anything with him.
And Jesse, our light guy, who makes us look pretty.
Oh yeah, no question. I mean, all these people have been there with us for quite some time. You know, there's no turnover. You know, we love them and they love us. We're just blessed to have them.
Now, from my understanding, Lavelle, are you a licensed pilot or do you like to just fly helicopters?
No, I'm actually a commercial instrument rated licensed pilot, and I've worked professionally in the industry. I did, right here in Las Vegas, did tours. I was one of the only black pilots flying tours to the Grand Canyon, and then I left there and went to the EMS world where I was doing some life flight stuff, where you land on the freeways and every different places to rescue people. So, and I still have a passion for it. I still want to do it, but now with the
tell the truth.
It's because of them. I slowed it down because they all get nervous, and it's only 3 of us now, so it's like, okay, I got a different kind of.
Get that kind of stuff out.
Now Scotty left. Scotty, he just came back. Yeah, you like horses, so on the screen I got a picture of you with your prize horses.
Those same 2 pretty horses that you see me with. Because back in the day, I used to love to go to the racetrack, and those 2 horses I actually bought. I should have killed both of them.
Don't say that, man. Don't say that.
The reason why I say that because I thought I had hit the lotto, right? They was going to win races. They couldn't even run out the gate. They looked great, but they couldn't. They never won one race. That was it.
And now, Walt, from my understanding, I couldn't find any pictures, but I hear that you're into politics. So,
love it.
With that being said, we have an election that's coming up. What do you say to the person that is? Well, I hope that they all get out and vote, but what do you say to that person that's debating on not just the presidential election, but also some of the other elections? Since you're the politic guy.
Oh yeah, local politics. To this year, vote as if your life depended on it. And we on stage, we get into this and we don't do too much because people come to hear us sing. But we've been here for 54 years, and when I tell you that we have a commander-in-chief right now that might be the most dangerous guy, and I mean I don't want to get political because everybody got differences of opinion. But if you ever thought about not voting, don't think that way this year. Go out to the polls, and as you said, not just on the executive level, vote for the congressman, the assemblyman,
senators,
the aldermen, the judges.
That's exactly judges.
Exactly.
Because it's happening before our very eyes. You see it, man. I mean, I couldn't believe this. A month and a half ago, I never dreamed that we would see young black kids, young white kids, young Asian kids marching to the extent that that tells me we've been here long enough to see it's changing, man. So you got to vote this time.
Let me ask you this, because here in Atlanta, it went from COVID-19 to Black Lives Matter, where the protests have literally taken to the streets. I never thought And well, I'm 40 tomorrow. I'll be 41. I never thought in my wildest dreams I would see the military with tanks on the actual streets of Atlanta. Can you talk a little bit about the Black Lives Matter movement and what it means to you, or what would you say to it?
Man, I'm just so happy that somehow the phrase Black Lives Matter has gotten people to understand what it really means. Because it used to be thought of, when you say Black Lives Matter, I mean, we have some white friends who say, does that mean our life don't matter? And we'd have to explain to them, no, it means our life matters too. You know, you understand what I'm saying? And let me say this, man, your mayor is down there. They're young. In fact,
Keisha.
They both have COVID-19 and one of their children, from what I understand.
Yes.
And Stacey Abrams, who should have been y'all's governor. Y'all got two women down there that the whole nation, I hope y'all proud of them, man.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you real brief. I didn't know who Stacey Abrams was, but I was backstage at Essence, and my videographer said, "You need to interview this lady right here. She's gonna be our next governor." I did an interview with her on Friday. That Saturday. Did an interview with her on Saturday. She told me she had a book. I downloaded her book on Audible while I was driving back to Atlanta. She had another event at the Gathering Spot that Monday. I was there, and from that point on, I was just blown away with Stacey Abrams. I was just blown away with her. I think she got robbed, but you know,
she got robbed. But you know what? She might be your next vice president, my brother.
I'm putting my money on Keisha. I'm gonna put my money on Keisha.
I think so too.
Hey, they both. Atlanta should be proud of both of them.
Yeah.
Now, Keisha, you know her dad. Your dad was
Major Lance. Yes.
Man, did your dad tell you he was a big time R&B entertainer, man? You know what is it? What is it? Monkey Time?
Yep.
Yeah, no question about it. He had a lot of big songs.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I can do this or not, but I want the audience to see. But I got some footage, and if you go back and watch this video, and I'm going to tell you, go back and watch it at the 42-minute and 30-second mark. You guys, this is the weekend of, if COVID-19 wasn't taking off, this is the weekend of Major League Baseball All-Star Weekend. In 1989, you guys did something up in Oakland for the All-Star for the World Series. So just give me 1 second. I'm gonna play this for them. I got the footage. I told you guys pull up a screen because I'm gonna make you guys look good. So check this right here.
Incredible! I can't believe it.
Capitol recording artist, Oakland's own The Whisper.
I'll never forget that.
I'm looking at Lavelle with the hairdo with the box.
Yeah, I remember that, man. We sung the national anthem. Yeah.
So I got the national anthem playing right now. Just hold on 1 second. There's the Nick Caldwell.
Yeah. Boy, that's classic, man.
Were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare.
That's crazy.
You pulled it up, Lavelle?
No, I'm trying to pull it up now because that's trying to pull it up. Stuff about
That our flag was still there. Oh, say
Then y'all over here hitting the 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, man. Incredible.
Now, were you guys nervous when you guys did this?
Oh yeah, well I was, but you know, Oakland is like, we're from Los Angeles, but Oakland is our second home. So
okay,
you know, hey man, we were like at Candlestick, we were at home, man, and that was a great honor to do that. No question about it.
Well, there it is, right there. You guys got a chance. I had to go into my archives and go do this, man. Hey, man, you got to find. You got to know. You got to know.
Yeah, my wife is showing it to me. Wow. You
got to know. You got to know people that know people. That's all I can tell you.
How did you get that, man? Oh.
Hey man, I can't tell all my secrets. Hopefully Marquez will make sure that you guys put in a good word with Marquez and say, Marquez, anytime we need to do an interview, you got to make sure Tallboy gets that exclusive. And then that's why I said it's an experience, man. It's an experience.
That's amazing. That's incredible, man.
That's incredible.
So cancer is something is really close to you guys. Can you talk about it? What it means to you guys? And I went to your website. You guys have the breast cancer scarves. You got the hats on top of the CDs and the songs. But talk about why breast cancer means so much to you guys.
Well, during the show, Lavelle normally talks about this to the guys. He tells the men in particular, because I know my dad was like this. Black men have a problem, especially older black men. My dad would not go to the doctor. He didn't believe in checkups. And what happened to me in 2004, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And scared me to death. I tell people, I know how you feel. When you hear the word cancer, I never will forget the day that my wife and I went to the doctor's office, and he sat across from us in a calm way and told me that I had prostate cancer. All I heard was cancer. I thought 2 days later I'd be dead.
Oh,
mean, it's just the word cancer goes through you because you don't know nothing about it. I've been healthy all my life, never drank, never smoked, but I did get prostate cancer. So that was in 2004. So, that's 16 years ago. And I'm doing fine. But what we always want to do, and Lavelle normally does this, we want to, because of my experience, we tell black men in particular, it used to be get your checkup at 50. Now get your checkup at 40. Mm-hmm. Because
now y'all gonna make me go get this checkup because I turn 41 tomorrow.
Right now.
They don't like
40
to do
young, but go get your checkup right now because for some reason, black men and cancer, man. Really, I think it's the stress that we grow up with. Like my dad, he just didn't believe it. If he was sick, that means he was dead. He wasn't going to the doctor.
Right.
And a lot of black men are like that. So the he comes out and we make a point of this during the show. To tell, and women, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny you say that because why men don't like to go because they don't want to have that finger wave going on. They don't want that. And,
exam is worse than the disease.
Yeah, true enough. And the other thing that they don't understand is that men are susceptible to breast cancer as well.
Yeah,
and they're embarrassed about that because I had a lump in my chest, and I was like, well, wait a minute, I shouldn't have a lump in my chest. I don't have any breasts. So what is this? So I went to the doctor and I make a joke of it and thing, but it's the serious thing. They had to, do like they do with a woman, and men don't have much there, and they clamp your stuff in that thing, and then you sit there uncomfortable while they shoot this, the X-ray and make sure there isn't anything. And luckily for me, it was nothing that was cancerous, but men don't be embarrassed by those kind of things because, like Walter said, you either want to live or your embarrassment can kill you.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And you don't need to be that. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And is it comfortable to have somebody give you the finger wave and men know what I'm talking about? Hell no. I didn't like it, still don't like it, but I'm there at least twice a year getting it done.
Yeah, no question.
Wow, that hopefully some of the men or the women that are watching this video, they'll go say, "Baby, you gotta go," or "Y'all can't get no loving," I guess. So
that's exactly.
That might get them there real quick.
So I don't want to make a lot of these ladies mad, but you got a song called "Chocolate Girl." Why did you guys create the song "Chocolate Girl"? Because when I don't want to mess this up now, but I think that when I hear of the pretty chocolate, beautiful women that we see, I don't think that they get the credit that the red-skinned, yellow-bone girls get. So, Chocolate Girl, I want for all the dark-skinned women. I want them. I want to hear from you guys. Chocolate Girl, talk to them about it. What does it mean to you, and why did you guys decide to create that song? Hopefully, I didn't mess that up. So
no, you told it exactly right. The guy that wrote this song, his name is Wayne Bell. He also wrote Olivia Lost and Turned Out. Now, Olivia is a true story about his niece. But Chocolate Girl was what you just said. In these days, guys, back in the day, they'd come and play the song on the piano. And it didn't really sound like it was going to sound later once it was fully produced. Wayne Bell, this writer, this brother had a way of saying very simple things that meant a lot. And when we heard Chocolate Girl, at first line, if there was such a thing, he talked about as a wish come true. He had us sitting there that day at the piano. We were mesmerized.
We were in awe.
And when we finished the song and we really thought about the meaning, and he told us, he said, this is not for the red bones. He called them red bones. You said yellow bone, but this is for the dark-skinned girl that might not feel like that she, shapes up to it. I'm talking to you. Man, you have to say no more to us. And as you know, that's one of our biggest songs. No question about it. We've been singing it for now, almost 50 years.
Well, this particular, if you look at this track record, I'll just give you 3 songs that he wrote, and it'll tell you everything. He wrote Chocolate Girl, he wrote Olivia, and he wrote I Want to Make You My Wife.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stories that he told.
Yeah.
And that speaks volumes for Uncle Sir.
Yeah, he's a great writer. Yeah.
Now, so is it true that you guys have your own independent label now?
We did. We disbanded it for a couple of years ago. To be honest with you, we were very interested in trying to produce younger groups, but it all fell apart because basically now everybody has their own label. Record labels now come to you. You don't have to go to them no more. And you know what? I give credit to the rappers, man. We say this all the time. They made that possible. When we came along, unless you were a Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, you getting your own deal, writing and sharing in your own publishing, that was out of the question. And even in the generation before us, people like Little Richard, they made these songs, but their royalties and publishing was taken away from them.
Stolen.
Well, the rappers came along, man, and they were just arrogant enough, and they would stick to it. The rapper said, "You're not getting my publishing. I want to own everything that I put out," and they made it work. And I'm so proud of them. I say it all the time because now you don't need a record company.
No, not at all.
Wow.
Actually, you, the record company, you're talking to the record company right now.
Yeah.
It's called the internet. Yeah.
That's right, the internet. That's right. It's funny because people laughed at me back in 2000. I think it was 2009 when I first got into this live streaming space, and people didn't know what live streaming was, and it's like, this is your own distribution channel. Right now you can't see what I'm doing, but when you come back and watch this replay and you see what I'm doing, my thing was I wanted to be able to say I wanted to have my own voice. I didn't want to be silenced by certain people that worked in radio or in TV that says, well, you can't tell the story the right way. Well, I want to tell the story, and you guys are giving me the story, and I'm not limited to what I can and cannot say because it's the internet, is my platform, and I got people watching all over the world that are tuning in. So this is what it's all about. Now let me ask you, if you guys have created a song in every genre with the exception of country. That's what you guys said in that's what you said in one of your interviews. If there was an artist, rap, country, or because I'm pretty sure, have you created a song with a rapper?
No, we've never. We talked with Snoop about this. Snoop wanted to do something with us, but we haven't. We still might do something with Snoop.
Okay,
but we've never, at least to this point, dealt with a rapper yet.
So if there was somebody, one artist that's living, that's up and coming, or someone that's established, who would that be? And I think Walter said John Legend when I met him, but I didn't get the other two people. Is that correct? You said you wanted.
Exactly right. I'd like to work with John Legend. I really like his voice, and he's a writer. I think he could write for the Whispers. But that's what we're talking about. The younger generation and us, for some reason, this is my pet peeve. I wish we could have more of some kind of communication, because I really think if you mesh what we used to be about versus what's going on right now, I think it's a tremendous combination.
Well, I think I'm setting it up for the collaboration to happen, So the collaboration is coming because of the internet, I'm pretty sure you're going to find a lot of young producers, a lot of young rappers that have some substance, country artists or whoever.
Yeah.
I think they're going to start finding a way to reach out to you guys, and maybe you guys can find that collaboration, because a lot of these rappers were born because of y'all.
Buddy, I hope you get them too. We would love to collaborate with them.
Introduce me. This is a wonderful situation.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, I really appreciate it. Lavelle, you have a birthday coming up at the end of the month. I'm gonna just try and find some crab legs and some cheesecake, and you know, hopefully my Cash App, you know, will go off, you know, tonight. Start dinging. But Lavelle, do you have anything that you looking for your birthday or anything like that at the end of the month?
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things, but you know, right now, and all of us are kind of putting our energy into our grandkids, and I got great grandkid about to be born in December. So my energy is in that world right now. You know, it's not even, I don't even think about a birthday. The only thing when I think about my birthday, I just thank God that I got another year past, and hope that I'll have many more. But the most that me and my wife would probably do is go get us some what they call hot juicies, but you probably don't even know what that is. But
No.
It's a place here that sells shrimp and crab, and it's spicy. And we
New Orleans, not in.
New Orleans style. They'll deliver it to us, and we sit right here and crack crabs and eat shrimp and just enjoy life. You know, I'm just feeling like all of us. You know, all of us, we're feeling blessed that we have the life that we have, and that we're here, we're healthy, and we just hope that we can just continue to go on, you know, without any problems whatsoever, man. We're just blessed every day. Every time I get up and I see the sun come through my window, I'm happy. So, yeah, I don't have to go out and buy a bunch of presents, and nobody has to give me no gifts, and I don't have to go out here and celebrate. I celebrated, if I wake up July 31st, that was the celebration.
Wow.
See, Tallboy he's 40, so he's from another generation, younger. You said he gonna be doing. He ain't going home and staying.
You got a lot more years.
Now, the backstory. The backstory to this is my girlfriend. She's probably watching this right now, while she's at work, and she's probably saying, last year when I turned 40, I thought the world was going to end. And so the running joke was, well, babe, if you're about to die, you know, and you thought the world was going to end at 40, and with her being a couple years older than me, she said, well, what does that make me? So, I had to snap out of that real quick and say, you know what, you know, let's just be thankful for another year and be thankful and just thankful. So tomorrow, like I said, you know, Lavelle, you got that New Orleans ties with me because I'm a graduate of University of New Orleans, and so that's probably what, when you said, I don't know the term that you used in Vegas, but you say get a little shrimp, get a little crab, you know, get a little crawfish, and we'll be all right.
That's it.
Now, were you born in Atlanta or in New Orleans University?
So here's the backstory, real brief. I moved up with my dad my sophomore year in high school. Got a scholarship, but I was to Cal State Fullerton my freshman year.
You kidding?
Cal State Fullerton. So here's the backstory. I stepped on a kid's pair of Jordans. He got mad, and we got into a fight. And the principal suspended us. And so the biggest game of the year, I was in Lansing, Michigan, Everett High School, same high school that Magic Johnson went to. Scout comes to the game, but I'm suspended. My dad goes up to the school to fight for me, and he says, my son didn't do anything. He says, you know what, Mr. Sanders, you're right. He can come back to school, but he can't play in the game. So I'm clapping and cheering for my teammates. There was a scout in the game, and he was there to recruit another kid. And he saw me. The coach said, good kid. Right, just got caught up at the wrong place at the wrong time. Never saw me play. Offered me a Division I scholarship to Cal State Fullerton. After my freshman year, I transferred over to the University of New Orleans. Graduated 4 years because my dad told me as I was graduating high school, he said, "Son, I'm gonna know if you're serious or not if you graduate in 4 years, not 5, not 6, but 4. So my last semester, keep in mind I'm playing Division I basketball. You can only take 21 credits. I took 22 credits, had to get it signed off by the chancellor, and said I have to graduate in 4 years. It can't be 4.5, can't be 5, and that was where the determination, Lavelle. I don't know if we lost Lavelle or not, but that's where the
I'm back.
That's where the determination of saying, hey, you know what? The worst you can tell me is no. I got to make it happen. So with that being said. That's the backstory of my ties with New Orleans. So
how far you were from, you know where Cal State, you were about an hour and a half from where I'm sitting right now.
Wow.
How long did you stay out in Fullerton?
I was out there for a year. So I moved. So July 11th. You know the old saying where your parents say when you turn 18 you got to get up out of our house. On my 18th birthday, I played in an AllStar tournament up in Canada. That was on that Saturday. And then on that Monday, we got back in town at 4 o'clock in the morning, 9 a.m. My flight was out of Lansing, Michigan to LAX, and I was at Cal State Fullerton for that year.
So you spent a year in California?
Spent a whole year in California.
Man, wow.
So and then I don't want to really go straight away from the story, but I was a big Master P fan. To this day, I still am. And I met Master P on the plane, and he says, "Why are you going to New Orleans?" And he said, "Because most people are leaving New Orleans to go to L.A." And I said, "Well, I'm a no limit soldier, and I'm trying to be right next to you."
You see him all the time in LAX airport.
Okay, yeah. So that was my transition, leaving Cal State Fullerton, going to University of New Orleans. So a lot of people don't know that story, so they're gonna probably start giving me Master P songs tomorrow. Let's watch it.
Wow,
so for your fans, is there anything that you want to say to them? I was trying to get it set up to where we can get the comments to come up on the stream, but I was having some technical difficulties with that. So, but I wanted this to be a real conversation, shall we say? So, to your fans, is there anything that you want to say to them?
Yeah, let me start off by saying to our fans, like I always say, man, thank you for being in our corner for 54 years, man. We are the luckiest. This is 5 guys that came from Watts, California, singing in the projects. Because of our fans, you have let us be here, man, for 54 years. So I want you to know that, man, we love you. We can't do without you. And I can't wait until this pandemic is over so we can come back on the stage to communicate with you. That's what I want to say to them.
Yeah. And I would say, the same. Basically, ditto what Walt said, our fans are everything to us. I mean, they're our lifeblood. I mean, they were what keep us ticking and wanting to get up every morning and go out there and do our thing. So we're so appreciative of that, and we love them. But the one thing they can do for the Whispers this year in November
3rd,
just don't take that attitude like they did before. I don't like the person, so I don't need to vote. No, it's no such thing. The people died to give you the ability to vote. Vote for somebody, because we know another 4 years of what we're going through is going to be murder. And so we're begging you as Whispers, please, if you love anything about us, please go out there and vote, because it's going to be monumental come November.
Yeah. And here's what I want to leave you with. We do a lot through song. We have a song on our album. The album is called For Your Ears Only, but the song is called The Whispers Love You Too.
Yeah.
That's exactly how we feel about you, and it's meant, no doubt about it.
That was written by Nick Caldwell. He came to us and said, you know what, fellas? We have been so blessed. We need to write a song letting our audience know how we feel about them. So he wrote this song called The Whispers Love You Too. So if you hear this in the conversation, go to it and pull it up and listen to it, because I think it says what we want to hear as far as how we feel about our fans.
Okay. Well, everybody, you heard what he said. The Whispers love you too. And with that being said, I thank you guys so much for being open to the technology. As Lavelle said, you know, I didn't know what this was, and we were having some problems, but he was open to it, and you don't know, because I was sitting there saying, I got my family, I got my cousins, I got my grandmother, I got everybody watching, and if they don't show up, this is gonna be bad, because I didn't put I didn't put half of my life savings to promote this on Instagram. I tried to tell people, like, hey, you know, Instagram, that's not for the Whispers audience. It's Facebook and YouTube. So everyone doesn't have a Facebook account that's in the Whispers era. So I'm gonna try and see if I can do a simulcast. And I was hoping and praying that I could be on the babyface side instead of the Teddy Riley side, if that makes sense. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, that was tough.
So I appreciate you guys so much for being open and willing, shall we say, to do this interview. And for the ones, they put the romance and the romanticisms into all their music. Thank you guys so much. And the song is called How Long. Where can they purchase it at? Where can they get it? Where do you want them to go to right now?
Every platform that there is, streaming live, you know,
CD Baby, Spotify, it's everywhere.
Website.
All right.
Well, before we leave, man, let me say this to you. Thank you, my brother, for having us.
Yes.
We tell you how much we appreciate that.
Yeah.
It means everything to us, man. You took the time to let us debut our music. We want you to know we appreciate it. We don't take it for granted.
Yeah. Look. When I met you guys in 2014, I was determined, because it was like, this is the music, you know, the Saturday mornings, as they call it, where they got the cleaning music. This was that music that was playing, and we had to get up and do our daily chores. And my mom was a big blues fan. Unfortunately, she passed away New Year's Day 2015, but she played the blues and she played the Whispers. So my thing was, I had to make sure that I had this interview with you guys, and I wanted to make sure I made you guys look good. I look good, and like I said, I just didn't want to be Teddy Riley tonight, the king of Teddy.
You did,
man. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, my brother.
Wow.
Yeah, God bless you, man.
All right, thank you guys so much. Lastly, can I just get you to say, well, I guess on the count of 3, I don't know if y'all still want to sing something. Can you sing Happy Birthday for all the July babies or something like that?
Yeah, so for the Bell's birthday and yours, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, at the end of the month, 31st, me.
Happy birthday to you.
Uh-oh.
Happy birthday, dear Tallboy and Lavelle. Happy birthday to you.
All right. That's the first time I've ever got serenaded.
Hey, Tallboy, thank you, man.
Hey, man, thank y'all so much. Everybody, the song is called How Long, on all streaming platforms. Make sure you download it. It's on YouTube. You can watch the video right now. It's on YouTube. Go to YouTube. As soon as this broadcast ends, go search How Long, the Whispers, and you'll see the new video. They shot it in Walter's, I think it was Walter's.
Scotty's Garage.
It's Scotty's Garage. So technology at its finest, all right? It's the Tallboy Experience. I got Lavelle, Walter, and Scotty. They call themselves the Whispers. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you, my brother. Oh, man, that's cool. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. Hold on one second. Don't get off yet. Just stay